Hi everyone, welcome to the deep dive of my robot AI assistant. First thing that I'm going to show is the demo of how my robot assistant, that is this, actually works right now. If you have already seen it, please feel free to skip it and move directly to the architecture. Later on, I'm going to go into more details of what it is made of and the architecture behind it and the workflow and everything, how it is connected to a N8N. Okay, so if you have already seen the demo, please feel free to skip directly to the technical part. Hi everyone, so today Kuchi has been upgraded with eyes, and as you can see now Kuchi is tracking my face, and so hello,
Hi, Master.
can you dance?
Absolutely. Time to dance.
Yep. So as you can see, it can dance, it can move all its body. So everything is under microcontroller. It also has different sensors as well. And the best part is now it is connected to N8N, so which you will see uh, over here. And so with the help of N8N, now it can run any tool. So right now I'll ask it to run, get me some latest news. Hello,
Hi, Master.
get me latest financial news.
Let's get the biggest financial news for you.
So, as you can see, as I said, ask to get me a news. It called N8N workflow. N8N is connected to multiple tools. So I
Here
want.
are a few of the biggest finance stories from the past couple of days as of Saturday, January 24, 2026. Two BlackRock's Rick Reader is emerging as a top pick for next Fed chair reporting this week, says Rick Reader. BlackRock's CIO for global fixed income has moved into the lead among potential replacements for Powell, ahead of other widely discussed names like Kevin Warsh and Kevin Hessen. Hi, Master.
Create ServiceNow change.
I'll create that ServiceNow change request for you.
So as you can see, as soon as I said to create a
ServiceNow
change,
change request created
it has
successfully.
created. So you saw that it just created a ServiceNow ticket using N8N, and because it is now connected to N8N, so I can add pretty much a lot number of tools. I think there's 100 of them, and so the combination is unlimited. And the tools that I've connected right now are Jira, and then there's a web search API, and then there's ServiceNow. Let me know what combination you want to see of SunFounder. So you can get all this all this components of the robot assistant from their website. And so the main component that we will talk about is the robot hat and the Raspberry Pi, and the servo motors and the sensors basically. So what SunFounder, I will share the link. They have a very good technical document which you can follow to assemble it in this form. Okay, you will have to buy Raspberry Pi separately, because Raspberry Pi is something that is not coming with the product. Okay, and I further modified it to look like this. So as you can see, it has a face and it has a powerful camera, and there are a bunch of, it is connected to N8N. So we will talk about all those things in the video today. Okay, so let's go. So here, so first we will talk about the robot hat. So robot hat is basically, if I'll show you, so this is the part which is called as robot hat, and there is the brain. Okay, so this is on this part. Now what is robot hat? Robot hat is basically the nervous system of the robot, because it looks like this. Okay, and so the pi is actually the brain of the robot, and robot hat is the nervous system. So if you give a command to pi that move forward, okay, something like that. So what that Pi will convert that, means user will say move forward, Pi will convert it into something that robot hat can understand, like steps, move steps, this much steps. And in moving, it will also ask it to move the left motor and the right motor. So as you can see over here, so robot hat contains a microcontroller, so this one or this one, and this microcontroller controls different aspects or body of the robot, like motors, or means there is sensors, sound interaction, like speakers, mics, and it has different sensors as well. So there is an ultrasonic sensor, there is a grayscale sensor, and so it controls all of that. And when you give command to Pi, it converts that command to in the format which robot hat can understand. And once robot hat understands the command, it executes it, and the body of the robot starts moving. Okay, so this is about the robot hat. There are different components. As you can see, there is a digital pin, ADC pin, PWM pin, so I2C port. Every one of them has a part to play, and if you want to go deep into the details of it, you can. And this robot hat is microcontroller, and it is not limited to only one use case. If you have something else in your mind, and even on the website of SunFounder, you can find there are multiple use cases of robot hat. Okay, so moving forward, now we will go into the deep dive, architectural deep dive of the robot that we have created. Okay. So first thing is, as I said, a Raspberry Pi is the brain where the main processing happens. So whatever, if there is a processing involved, that needs to happen like using Raspberry Pi. So it's a small computer. You can think of it like that. Like it has a OS, Linux OS. All your Python commands can run in that Linux OS. So it is a Linux OS. It's basically a computer. So it can execute a process, whatever is and robot is a body, and robot have various sensors, and those sensors are like senses of humans. So they are like input machines. So it can sense, it has a vision sense, it has a distance sense, it can track a line. So these are the different senses of the robot, and it provides that input and send it to. So as you can see, means we can go top down, and opposite also can happen. So first thing is, so this is the brain, and here you provide the command like move forward or backward or whatever. Then it converts that software command into, it converts that software command into electrical signals of the hardware. And once the electricals, it is converted, this is that robot hat, it gets converted, it is sent to the output. So this is like muscles, left or right motors, or steering, like moving forward, or like left or right, up and down. So drive, turn, look, it can do all of that. And these are something that if you want to like get input from that, then you can use this. Now how it works, so Raspberry Pi is connected to SunFounder robot hat with 40-pin GPIO header. So it's a 40-pin GPIO header, and it is connected to this. Now there are and then SunFounder is connected to left motor, right motor, steerings. So servo motors are basically these. So this helps in moving the direction. So when you saw in the video earlier that Kuchi was basically following me or tracking me, and it can also move its head up and down or dance, all those moves. So it uses servo motors to control its motion. Okay, so those are called servo motors. And pan and tilt, because it can move right, left. It can only move its head right, left, and up and down. So, and then there's a camera module which is also connected to the robot hat for tracking purposes. And these are the different sensors. There is a grayscale sensor, so it can understand like black and white very properly. So it can follow a line, the line tracking robot, those type of robots. And ADC, there's an ultrasonic sensor, which can and it can also detect like height of means if there is a difference in the height. And ultrasonic sensor is basically how far or close you are. It can understand that. So obstacle avoidance, this is something that comes through ultrasonic sensor. It is like smaller. Now people are using LiDAR for the robot vacuums that you see on the in-house. Those are using, means the advanced version are using LiDAR. But obstacle detection can also happen, can be done using ultrasonic sensor as well. Okay. Yeah. So now, so ultrasonic sensor, and then there is this camera module. Sorry, yeah. And now if I'll talk about the software stack of Pi, means all the software that I'm using it to basically move the object, or like talk to robot hat, or like talk to OpenAI. So it is talking to OpenAI and N8N, and it also connects to Olama, which is an open source LLM provider. So base is Linux, and then I have installed Python libraries in it. Now once the Python libraries are installed, then I can use, so OpenCV is a library which controls the camera, and so I can use object detection, I can do face tracking, I can do different types of things. I can ask it to follow me wherever I'm going. And robot hat API is so this robot hat, which translates the command to electrical signals, is basically what was developed by SunFounder. So again, it's a SunFounder product, and SunFounder has developed like a product for robot hat as well. Okay, robot hat. Line detection object and deep learning model. So you can, means once you install it, now you can directly install Olama on your Raspberry Pi and run small models directly on Raspberry Pi, because mine is like 12 GB RAM, so I can run small models over it directly. There is no issues with it. It depends upon what is the processing power of your Pi to make it run. Otherwise you can connect it to OpenAI. So basically write a small Python code which will call OpenAI, and you can send the data to it and get it back. Okay, so this is all about this. Now I will go, Aaron. So I was talking about the N8N workflow, and how the speech gets converted and how everything happens. Okay, so as you can see in the screen over here, first what happens is so if I will come here and just explain it to you. So first STT is called speech to text. So when user speaks that can you create a change request, so STT model basically triggers, and it converts the speech to text, and then so it gets converted into text, and then this text gets sent to OpenAI. So this whole orchestration I've written inside the Raspberry Pi. So there's a function which is doing all these things. Okay, so it triggers, send that information to OpenAI, and so basically this part. And OpenAI, what it does, OpenAI also has all the system prompt, that what are the tools that is connected to this Raspberry Pi, means our Raspberry Pi or this robot. And the tools that it has is basically, there is a web search tool, there's a ServiceNow API, there's a Jira API, and then so these are the tools. And then there are like actions also, actions like dancing, or means wave hands, act cute. These are the different actions that robot can perform. So if I'll say if I'll ask it to dance, then OpenAI will say just perform this action, dancing, and that's it. So it will just means send this to robot hat, and robot hat will basically do dancing. That's it. Now second part would be if STT, if I'll say that so create a change request, then so again speech gets converted to text, text gets converted to is sent to OpenAI. OpenAI, instead of taking an action, it calls a tool. Okay, so there are 3 tools available. So basically there is only one tool available to OpenAI which has 3 tools. So it has like N8N tool. Now this N8N tool is actually an agent. So what it does, OpenAI calls N8N agent. So this is actually an N8N agent. And here you can see in N8N, it says that you have to call this this tool. So N8N has these three tools, basically. These are N8N tools. And it calls create ServiceNow record. And once the create ServiceNow record is called, so the webhook, so N8N will basically trigger this ServiceNow API and with all the details like scheduled maintenance or whatever, and it will call the ServiceNow, and whatever response is provided, so the response will, like the change request is created or whatever, that N8N will provide back to our OpenAI. So N8N will provide that response back to the system. And once it provides that, okay, system, that change request has been created or whatever I've asked, then once the tool execution is complete, it converts the text to speech. So because the response is in text, right? So finally it gets converted into text to speech, and Kuchi, or the robot assistant, means utter that response basically. Okay, so this is what happens. Yeah, so I'll just say utter that response. I'll just make it a little better. So basically, if I'll just repeat it again, so OpenAI calls N8N. N8N calls tool. So it calls ServiceNow tool basically. ServiceNow tool provides response as a change created. That gets converted using TTS, text to speech, and that speech is spoken back by the robot assistant. Okay, so this is what happens. These are the two main orchestration that is happening right now. And it also has the vision capabilities. Now, if the vision capabilities comes into picture, then basically what it is doing, it is using this OpenCV to track an object detection. But if you ask that what you are seeing and all those things, what it does, it click the picture of the user and then sends it to the LLM. So instead of speech, so with this speech to text, it is also sending the image as well. So it's a multi-model. And when the image gets sent to OpenAI understands it and then provide the response back. So this is what's happening when I am doing the image tracking, or if I'll ask anything related to image. Okay, so, yeah. So that is all, I guess. Thanks, everyone.